This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. Joseph R. Biden is now officially the 46th President of the United States of America. Mr. Biden was officially sworn in moments ago at Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. by Supreme Court Justice John Roberts. Mr. Biden, in his first speech as the president, told Americans that he will be a president for all and called for an end to uncivil war, noting that the events of the past few weeks, where former President Donald Trump and supporters claimed, without evidence, that Mr. Biden's victory was stolen, said there is no truth and there are lies told for power and profit. Mr. Biden also held a moment of silent prayer for those left behind and for the country. Today also marks a historic moment for Americans and the world as the first female, first woman of color, and first Asian American Vice President, VP Harris, is of Indian Jamaican heritage. Health officials reporting 7 additional cases of COVID-19 yesterday, 5 reported here in the capital, and 2 with locations pending. 4 of those cases are female, according to the Ministry of Health, and 3 are male. There's now 8,075 cases confirmed in the country, 1,128 of which are active cases. 30 of those active cases are in hospital, all considered moderately ill. No new deaths were reported yesterday. Therefore, the death toll remains at 175. 20 recoveries were reported, bringing the total in that category to 6,720. There has been 57,200 tests completed to date. 183 completed yesterday, with 172 coming back negative. 3 of those 183 tests were repeat tests, and 1 came back inconclusive. An alleged rapist faced Assistant Chief Magistrate Shubu swing this afternoon. 35-year-old Misty Gardens resident Latario Clark, seen in a jacket, is charged with 3 counts of rape, 3 counts of unlawful sexual intercourse, 1 count of child stealing, and 1 count of obstruction of justice. Now it's alleged that between June 21st last year and January 9th, Clark raped 3 female minors aged 16 and 17 years old. It's also alleged that between May 6th and November 27th last year, that Clark had unlawful sexual intercourse with 3 females between the ages of 14 and 15 years old. Additionally, it's alleged that on January 9th, Clark did abduct a 14-year-old female from the Super Value Nassau Street location. It's also alleged that the defendant interfered with evidence in judicial proceedings between July and October 2020. He was not allowed to enter a plea and bail was denied. He was remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections until April 7th for service of a voluntary bill of indictment. The Democratic National Alliance believes that only a safe and evaluated vaccine should be approved for use in the Bahamas. We learn as much from the press release by DNA Deputy Leader Bush Bristol, stating the party's position on the COVID-19 vaccine. They say that it's essential that we reduce and control the community spread of COVID-19, as the virus can have a detrimental acute infection complications and result in death.
The purpose of vaccines is to reduce the rate of infection or decrease the severity of the disease if contracted. Concerns have been raised about the speed at which COVID-19 vaccines have been developed when compared to the normal timeframes for the creation, testing, and approval of other vaccines. We believe that only a safe and appropriately evaluated vaccine should be approved for use in the Bahamas. Public education must also be done to ease the concerns of the populace. Once these steps have been taken, persons at the highest risk who wish to take the vaccine should be prioritized for vaccination. These include healthcare workers, people with chronic non-communicable diseases, and immunocompromised patients.
The DNA maintains that individuals must always retain their right to decide whether to take the vaccine, and under no circumstances should it be made mandatory. While none of the vaccines are approved for the use in children under 16 years of age and pregnant or breastfeeding women, the DNA urges the government that all these factors and proper guidelines must be incorporated into the COVID-19 vaccination plan to ensure the smooth delivery of public health intervention. Stay with us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.